good day. At least, no demons so far.
Sacrifice one of thine own blood, but they must needs choose their death of their own free will. This is the last part of the incantation. There is only one person who fits this description. He was easy to convince. Our father is a man of sense. Come to the Prios Temple as soon as you read this. We are waiting for you. And hurry. If Azrael finds us, we will pay dearly for this.
Father. Those men with the armor that looked like demon skin. I didn't just imagine.
One false move and I will stuff your blades down your throat.
Chiron, don't. It was my decision.
You put a spell on him so he didn't defend himself.
He is the last ingredient. There is no other way, Chiron.
I won't allow you to just be stabbed like some mangy mutt.
I'll be the last who has to die because of the Awakened.
Be reasonable, Chiron. Don't destroy everything at the last moment.
You both knew all the time. That's why it took you so long to find this ingredient.
It wasn't easiest to wait until you had found all the others.
I trusted you, both of you.
Damn it, Chiron! Don't take away my only chance to make amends for my crimes against you all!
Chiron, Cassio, the whole happy little family together.
Azrael.
Now, don't be sad when I have to take an old friend of mine with me.
You think you'll get away with it? You are wrong!
What's to stop me from cutting off your head here and now?
Try it, Chiron. Maybe you are faster than my people. And maybe you'll even find our pretty little Calandra.
What have you done with her?
Calandra is developing marvelously. She is eager to learn, strong-willed, and loyal. My dear Cassio, I know you are versed in a variety of interesting games.
Entertainment and deception, Mother. Two victorious sisters, both as edifying as they are beautiful.
Certainly. Unfortunately, we agree that the most edifying part of this meeting is yet to come. I feel it. Your gifts crave union. And the arena is already prepared. Why don't you start with the union right now? Sooner or later, you will have to anyway.
I'd rather ram my weapon into my chest myself.
Come on, Chiron. Otherwise it will be too boring.
What?
Mother is right. Draw your weapon.
We didn't go through all that crap together just to tear out one another's guts.
I'm a necromancer who wanted to use you just like one of her mindless servants. I kidnapped your father and wanted to stab him like a mangy mutt. Isn't that enough for you?
I don't buy that for a minute.
Damn, you really are so cute. Draw your sword, or I might be tempted to let you win.
And again, the powers of the gifts unite. I look forward to our reunion, Chiron.
I'll laugh in your dead face, and soon. Damn soon.
Well, not just yet. Calandra has to get a little rest first. Unions are demanding, as you know.
How many awakened has she already had to kill for you, Azrael?
Maybe one, maybe two. Anyway, your next meeting will be under the sign of the first paladin. Until then, all the best, my child. Prepare yourself carefully. You sure showed me, didn't you?
You left me no choice.
I know. Everything went according to plan.
What are you talking about? What plan?
My second secret. Sacrifice one of thy own blood. But they must needs choose their death of their own free will. I had already accepted that before you had even drawn your weapon.
The summoning. What would you have done if you had won?
Hoped that you would do the same for me. But I won't ask you about it.
Azrael knew.
That I would sacrifice myself for you and your stupid Calandra. No, something like that would never even enter her infinitely wise little head. She trusts her persuasiveness too much. But you can't preach freedom and enforce obedience. And that is what Zul'Garoth will teach her.
You shouldn't talk anymore.
Never mind, Chiron. The Dark Mother is stronger than Zul'Garoth. She will take me in. I'm looking forward to it.
Shit.
If you knew how many people I've tortured and killed, this would be easier on you. Come here. I'll reveal my first secret. Zul'Garoth's true name. Just remember, we can win. And one more thing for your little Calandra. That new armor she wears. And now, drag me into that cursed circle.
Stunned, Chiron stared at Cassio's lifeless body. Never before had a stranger sacrificed themselves for him and his own. Her trust in his ability to defeat the demon and thereby save Cassio's soul must have been unshakable. Her trust, or her hatred of Azrael, all was prepared. If Chiron wanted to defeat the Borberadian and save his father, if he did not want to be doomed to kill the woman he loved, there was but one thing he could do. Just what Azrael had done decades ago, when she gave the awakened demonic powers and pledged their souls for it. Chiron lit the candles. He strode into the circle of protection and said the magic words. At Oki Orok Zul'Garoth, Og Saraminja Ides, Raki Zul'Garoth.
Mortal, who are you to drag me into this sphere?
You should know me. I'm Chiron.
Chiron, how nice that we finally get to meet in person.
I know your true name, demon. You will serve me.
Certainly, Master, certainly. Forgive my disrespect. Please, accept this gift, a new set of armor as a sign of my submission.
No tricks. Your kind always demands something in return.
Forgive me, Master Chiron. I didn't mean to surprise you. What is your command?
The need to kill attached to the gifts must end. Extinguish the Awakened's need to murder one another.
You want to be able to transfer the gifts freely without having to kill one another. I like that, Master. And I can make it happen. But for that, I must ask something in return.
I know your true name, demon. You must obey me.
Please, Master, forgive my presumption. It is only that your humble servant is too weak to accomplish this service alone.
I should have known. What do you want?
The kidnapping your father once performed ripped some holes in Azrael's contract with me. She tried to fix them with 7 seals. I'm bound to them, as you are, but I can act more freely than she thinks. I will lift you through the spheres. I give you the power to break the seals. Once that is accomplished, your need to kill will be lifted forever.
What happens once the seals are broken?
The need to kill will end immediately. You, awakened, will be able to transfer your gifts as and when you see fit, should you so wish. That could even give rise to the first paladin.
And our souls?
The one that Azrael claims for herself will be free.
But the other 6?
What's mine is mine. 5 serve me already. But whose soul will be last? And just when it will come to me, that is yours to decide.
You want me to break those seals. That's all.
Is that so surprising? You will humble my enemy, and you will destroy the contract that torments us both.
What's the catch? What effect does the destruction of the seals have?
Your distrust hurts me, Master. I give you freedom, and as if that were not enough, you have received the best of all armors, and your gift will become even more powerful. Master, we use the same force. We have the same goal, and we'll finally see Calandra again. Trust me.
I'm ready. Take me to the seals.
I hear and obey, Master. Prepare for a long trip through the limbus.
Kyron!
Heard you're having elf trouble. Pointed ears bring good money in Wurunk.
Oh, you damn fool! It really is you! Come to me!
You are more beautiful than ever.
Oh, the armor? Don't worry, it has nothing to do with the gift. Or, not directly. It's a symbol. For my people.
You have people?
Some would even call it a retinue. But we haven't caught Azrael yet. We'll leave her for last.
Calandra, what's going on here?
Revolution, Kyron. The end of the old, the beginning of liberation. I'm so glad you're here. Together we will prevail. Zul'Goroth's gifts will not succeed in dividing us.
The need to kill. Azrael's plan to use us to create the first paladin. You know about it.
Azrael taught me a lot, more than was good for her. I had to do terrible things for her. Yet she instructed me in demonology, in blood magic, and in the teachings of Saint Warbarad. That truth stands above everything. The fact that we are free, and that we can even overcome gods and archdemons if our will is strong enough. Every human a mage.
Imagine how the world might look if Borberad's promise were to come true. Total freedom.
Oh, what a wonderful world that would be. We could all be like Azrael, sacrificing virgins, kidnapping young women, and forcing demonic powers upon innocent children whenever we want.
That was Azrael's first mistake. Her second mistake was that she wanted to force me to worship Borberad, and I feared that would cost me my soul for all eternity. But her third mistake will be her downfall. Every believer must promise his soul to Borberad. They thereby enter into a pact with a demon, probably Amazaroth the Deceiver. The pact is needed to learn blood magic, but there is a way to break it. Azrael knows it, and she keeps it secret, and it gives her power over Borberad's disciples. But this knowledge is every man's right, every human a mage. Never again should anyone have to sell their soul to a demon for that promise. That's what we're fighting for.
We've changed,
The gifts have made us stronger.
and they have become even more powerful. Eventually, they will dominate us.
We will not kill one another, Chiron. We will be stronger, simply because we must.
My gift has become very powerful. Zul'Goroth seems to see me as some sort of murder weapon. How has your gift developed?
Remember that portal in Moloch Mountain? My gift let me open it. Since then, I've learned much about magic, about demons and portals. Large portals. Powerful portals to other spheres. I can open them and pass through them. Once Zeran led the Borberadians. He called himself Portifex Maximus, the greatest portal opener. That is now my calling.
Then you could just transport yourself into Azrael's headquarters.
Unfortunately, no. The Sanctum is protected from my portals, probably also part of her contract with Zul'Goroth.
Borberad's dogma, what are its exact words?
As Alvaranian of the Forbidden Knowledge, Borberad is revered by those who refuse to be forbidden to think. His ideal is freedom, but only a strong mind will attain complete freedom. And a strong mind comes only from a strong will.
And there are no limits to this ideal of freedom.
Your freedom ends where your will ends, and your will opens the Forbidden Gates. Who passes those gates can achieve anything.
You mean blood magic, spells with your own blood or with the blood of others.
In the name of justice! The old gods distributed magic completely arbitrarily. Borberad's spells make people more equal.
And encourages them to fight constantly. Our gift's a prime example.
The law of the world, the eternal struggle. Only through it is there development. Only through it does each give their best.
3 awakened had to die for my gift to grow. Is what Azrael says true? That we're the last 2?
We are. My gift had to grow as well.
And their souls?
Zul'Goroth will have claimed them. The price of your and my power.
They were our brothers and sisters. At least some of them.
That doesn't matter. Not for you and me either, my love. Morality is what we declare to be true. Father never understood that.
You seem cold.
You seem soft.
I summoned Zul'Goroth. Cassio revealed his true name to me.
So, Cassio, I see. And you're the one who was victorious in your struggle. Or did she reveal the true name out of the milk of human kindness?
She died so that I would not have to fight you. For an end to the awakened struggle. The true name was part of that plan.
That was truly noble of her. Did the plan succeed?
Zul'Goroth told me that there are 7 seals in this monastery. I must destroy them all to break his pact with Azrael. Then we will no longer have to kill each other. We'll be able to share our gifts as we please.
The seals! I knew it! This is the answer! Chiron, I have to speak with Segal. Who, where, why... I'll explain that all later.
Hey, that's a little fast.
I love you, Chiron, but this is really important. Please be patient and look around my camp a little. The next attack by Azrael's people will come soon. Maybe you can help us to secure the outpost. My people will adore you once they've seen you fight. We'll meet back here when you're done. I'll see you soon, Chiron.
Only practice makes perfect, Awaken. Only practice.
All these things were lawfully acquired by the law of the jungle. Interested in...
Solace, right? I have a few questions.
Go ahead, then.
Why do you fight Azrael?
Pragmatism, loyalty, as you wish.
What do you mean?
Under Zeran, we were still a real church. We were rich, we were powerful. Our robes were much more ostentatious and unique. I never could get used to Azrael's oh-so-spiritual ramblings, nor to her hypocrisy. I always say, a church needs pomp and swords. The first for the believers, the second for the troublemakers.
They say that under Zeran, the Church of Borberad became decadent and cared only for gold.
Let us say that is not pure invention.
Do you really think that it will be like that under Calandra too?
Certainly not. Calandra believes in her revolution, and she wants to help the people. A strange view of Borberad's teaching, but that's her affair. I spoke about loyalty earlier, and that is the real reason why I fight. Zeran did much for me. When they wanted a hand, he gave me a chance. Not every pirate is so lucky. He got my loot, I got my life, and a great deal of influence. Azrael had shaped the church into an instrument of her power against Zeran and corrupting Borberad's teaching. It is my church, which makes the revolution my cause.
What is Borberad's teaching?
A great mystery and a great truth. The praise of diversity and proof that effort is worthwhile. We can achieve much more than we think. Borberad helps us exploit all of our potentials. The spirit was more important to him than faith. Science. Borberad was a thinker, not a preacher. Anyone who wants to can defy the horrors of this world with blood magic. Not by birth, but rather through his will. Borberad's magic gives us true nobility. Through him, we can overcome all the princes and magi moguls.
See you later.
I've never felt so lousy in my entire life.
My name is Aegis. If you want to help, we need wood to reinforce the gates.
And who are you? Behind the name, I mean.
Just an ordinary man who threw Borberad rose above his fate.
You play this I am so mysterious game pretty well.
Names are sound, drowned out by the sound of iron on iron. Professions are smoke and disappear into the fire of battle. But if you really want to know, demon spawn destroyed my farm and killed my family. I first followed St. Borberad for revenge. Later, I found out that it was Azrael's intrigues that had destroyed my life. An experiment that she undertook out of curiosity. I knew she was the High Prophetess, so I did everything to get here, where she is most vulnerable. And she will fall before Calandra.
What do you know about my gift?
It was created here, just as you were created here, and apparently it ends here. A pit fight like in Maraskan. There are bloody contests there in which trained tigers and lions are made to fight one another in a sand pit.
Calandra and I are the last two awakened.
But which one are you? The lion or the tiger?
The lion. Because of my hair.
Not bad. I would have held you just for a fox, but in view of the hair, you could be right.
A cornered fox is more deadly than any other predator. Or so I've heard.
Then we can look forward to a good fight.
You follow Calandra, why?
She is strong in will and body, strong enough to topple Azrael from her throne. Calandra will wrest the secret of breaking pacts from her, because with Zul'Garoth's gifts, Azrael dug her own grave.
What do you think of Azrael? She's your enemy, right?
Not everyone here hates her, but there are reasons to bear sword for Calandra. The secret Azrael hides, for example, the power to release the Borberadians from their demonic pacts without losing the gift of magic.
In other words, you're not fighting against Azrael. Not against her as a person.
I spoke of others, not of myself. I think it is time she reaped what she has sown. That is why I'm here.
Sounds like she pissed on someone's leg, all right.
It's a bit deeper. Another time, Chiron.
What do you think of Azrael? She's your enemy, right?
Not everyone here hates her, but there are reasons to bear sword for Calandra. The secret Azrael hides, for example, the power to release the Borberadians from their demonic pacts without losing the gift of magic.
In other words, you're not fighting against Azrael. Not against her as a person.
I spoke of others, not of myself. I think it is time she reaped what she has sown. That is why I'm here.
Sounds like she pissed...
It's a bit deeper.
What do you know about this monastery?
It is the most secret place in all the Shadowlands. If belief in Borbrand has a home, then this is it. Ah! I forgot. If Zul'Garoth actually brought you here himself, as they say, then you have no idea at all where we are. We are high in the Black Sickle. Never before has a wanderer come across this place.
The perfect place for your battle. No troublemakers. Except me. Calandra sent me. How can I help?
Search the rebel camp for some wood. Take your time, have a look around, and then bring me the wood.
Whenever I'm new somewhere, the first thing I have to do is get wood.
Do it or don't. Once you find enough, you can give the wood to Solus. He's manning the second gate. Or you reinforce the second gate yourself. That would be faster. Yes, that's actually a better idea.
Solus isn't your best friend, huh?
Maybe not. In any case, you have to hurry. We don't know when the attack will come.
Only
Well fought. Even better than I thought. Here, your reward.
Good work. With the portals, I mean.
You disappeared very quickly earlier.
Sorry, I suspected that the seals have a greater significance. That's why Segal wanted to bind the catechism to them. From 7 souls shall the first paladin arise.
I've heard of this first paladin before, but Segal? Catechism? What are you talking about?
Segal has been following St. Borberad for many years, and no one knows Zul'Goroth's gifts as well as he. Segal is... well... Chiron. Segal is our real father.
Your father, maybe. Azrael is holding my father prisoner.
Calm down. The man who raised us is here. At the moment, Azrael still has him, but my people will find him.
I can't wait that long. I'll find him myself.
The catechism is more important right now. This book, take it with you when you break the seals. 6 seals can be found in the monastery. The 7th, the Seal of Anointing, is in Azrael's headquarters.
Kalandra, what is the meaning of all this?
My people believe in me. They follow Borberad's teachings, and me. They consider me Borberad's successor.
Be precise.
The revolution. This is not just about the souls of a few cultists, Chiron. We're founding a new church.
The Borberadians are our enemies. They chased us for decades, bartered away our souls, and killed thousands of people.
I knew you would say that, and that's what I want you to decide for me. The new church of Borberad should be your work too. Segal says that each seal will force you to make a decision. Whatever you decide will appear in this book. When you're done, this book will become the foundation of our new church.
That's a lot of responsibility you're handing me.
Many good men have died for this book. I don't know anyone I would trust it to more than you. Go to Segal, talk to him. He can tell you more about the seals. And even if, in the end, you decide that the book must be burned, I will accept that. That I promise you with all my love.
Time for me to get going.
Well?
See you later.
Artifacts Maxima. I have never had a role model that...
Hail the first paladin. He will renew the world.
The revolution will let the church flourish anew.
You're Segal.
Chiron! Finally I get to meet you. Calandra has spoken much of you.
She says that you call yourself our father, and that you'll help me.
I sired her. I have instructed her since she appeared here. I taught her the Master's word and the power of her gift. I believed in her when she was alone. I made the girl a leader, and she accepted me as a father. I know I cannot ask this favor of you. I have to earn it myself. But I can hope, because I believe in you and in what you are destined to become.
You want to be my father?
I know the other whom you call father, a man with a soft heart and little faith in goodness. That made him a liar and traitor. To you, to Azrael, and to me too.
Azrael has captured him. Maybe he's here.
Her hatred runs deep. She is having him tortured. Where exactly, I don't know.
You want my favor? Then find him.
You want to save him? At all costs?
Ask of me what you want.
All right. I'll help. We can talk about the price later.
The Awakened called me their brother. Calandra recognizes you as her father. You make me the same offer. Why?
Azrael chose the man you call father and I to father the Awakened. We were to be your teachers and protectors. He went away, but I stayed. 5 of my children died. That was also my fault.
How so?
I believed that education was everything, that the gifts should mature close to me, because no one had studied them longer and deeper than I. But all fell away one after another. Gamut, Cassio, even the obedient folk threatened to defect. Only the 2 of you returned. And your gifts are the most powerful of all, because your gifts out there matured, because you experienced chaos before your awakening. I'm glad that killing is coming to an end. I loved all my children, and even if it is hard to understand, I love the 2 of you just as much. I see in you what I loved about my children, what remains of them in you, and what you can one day become.
Segal, tell me about this first paladin Azrael wants to create from us.
The first paladin is Borbarad's greatest promise, a being that stands above the people and yet is still human. His superior intellect, his unbridled power. Azrael wanted to own it all. The paladin was to be her tool. A stupid creature who was to crush entire empires, only to be stared at by awestruck believers just as stupid. But Chiron, imagine what you could achieve if you were the paladin, or Calandra. And you could both live on. Only a couple of seals to break, and then it is within your grasp.
It sounds not all bad. I understood that right. You were Calandra's teacher.
At first, she was stubborn. She didn't trust me. But her curiosity was stronger. She lost her shyness and became the best student I ever had. She inspired me to rebel against Azrael. Through Calandra, I realized that bondage is not the essence of the gifts. The nature of the gifts is freedom. Free creative chaos.
They are demonic.
Demonic? Raw magical. Fairy, kobold, call it what you want. No one can make them his tools. They arise and grow on their own. And they grow in the way you mold them. That, Chiron, is true creativity.
You say my father betrayed you.
Maybe he told you how he stole you out of compassion, out of humanity, perhaps. The truth is that he wanted revenge. He was infatuated with Azrael. He didn't realize that her spirit strove for something higher than sweaty sheets. When she did him and me the greatest favor, allowing us to sire you all, he was furious. His pride was hurt. He felt rejected. And in revenge, he stole you.
He's come a long way. How could that happen?
Look at my face! I protected him, sabotaged the search for moons upon moons, until Azrael found out and had my face burned.
Why did you do that?
Because he fled with your mother, and her life was worth more to me than my own.
Tell me about the seals, Segal.
Do you see the seals behind me? Zul'Garoth's power is held within them through Azrael's contract with him. Each seal represents a gift. 3 are here, and another 3 lie beyond the guard.
And Azrael guards the last one herself, I know. But how do I break the seals?
You need the keystones. Green gems that fit the seals.
Which are probably not just lying around.
They are protected by puzzles, traps, and demons. And they themselves test to see if you are worthy. You have to understand the powers that they offer you by overcoming what you have not yet become. Azrael wants to use the seals to exercise control over body and soul of the last awakened. But the seals are not without will. They contain deep mysteries of our faith. They are subject to whoever breaks them. They shape the first paladin's power according to that person's will. That is why every seal will ask you a question.
And the answer is inscribed in this catechism.
As a sign for the faithful who read it, it is Calandra's wish that you endow the sacraments of our new church. So choose wisely which sacraments the church needs and which not. The spirit of the seal will help you. It will show you spirits from your own mind, who will give you more insight into advantages and disadvantages.
And in the meantime, you'll find a way to free my father.
You can count on me, and if you need any further advice, I'd be happy to help.
What function do these seals have again?
You need the... They are... And they the... Azrael... But the... They are... It... The...
What about the keystone to the left seal?
The seal deals with marriage in Borberadianism.
What do I have to do to get to the keystone? Get married?
A door in the arcade leads you to the Room of Gathering. There you will find a stone pillar, which will present you with a puzzle about this issue.
And where are the deadly traps you mentioned?
Just try not to fail.
Only practice.
Saint Bulbarat, guide my staff, focus my mind, and Deus Humanum.
So that's Azrael's comment. Looks like I have to rearrange the sentences correctly. Nothing. Looks like
What are you, Chiron? A human being? A demon? A demigod?
You broke the seal. Very well, Awakened. Decide for the new Church of Borderland. What makes a true believer? How are the deserving members of the community to be raised above the others? Should there in future be ordination for believers who rise above the laity? Should one obtain priestly office by means of a sacrament?
Order is part of Borderad's teaching. Through it, the human spirit can force the essence of chaos to its needs. The Fellowship will only follow those that it has itself into office, and they will appoint those who have made outstanding contributions through spirit and power. Ziran did not fail because his church had offices, but because you could buy them. But with a solemn ordination, this too can be overcome. That is why there must be a hierarchy in the new church. It will illustrate the principle and superiority of mind. And that is why we need the sacrament of ordination.
Our spirit conquers the chaos, but only when we fight it. With more complicated hierarchy and ceremonial ordinations, this source of renewal will dry up. Ziran once tried that and failed because there were offices, and also because their arbitrary distribution allowed corruption to eat its way into the ranks of things. One becomes a leader solely through their own ability and desire, not through the permission of others. That is why we have no need of the sacrament of ordination.
I have made my decision. Borberanian priests shall in future be ordained by the Fellowship. The hierarchy will benefit the Church.
So be it. May the faithful follow the wisdom of your counsel. You broke the seal. Very well, Awakened. Decide for the new Church of Borderland. In other churches, it is customary to baptize newborn children in the name of parental laity. This sacrament can protect the child from demonic influences until it is old enough to make its own choices. But in the event of the child's death, its soul goes to that higher being. However, the Master teaches the overcoming of immaturity, and that a person's soul belongs only to himself. Should newborns be baptized in the Master's name? Should their souls in death really fall to the Master?
Cannot start teaching a child early enough. It must therefore be brought into the fellowship of the faithful quickly. A baptized child is more likely to be brought up as the Master would wish. That way, the virtues of freedom, spirit, and discipline become more deeply internalized, and great power is attained more quickly. As Borberanians, the child's parents will be dealing with demons. It will be difficult for them to protect the child from their influence. But In his divinity, the Master will know how to protect the child. And if naught else, the souls will be better off with him than with the demons. That is why the new church needs the sacrament of baptism.
This sacrament is a verdict for immaturity. A true disciple of Koveras decides for himself to whom he dedicates his soul. And as Koveras, he should do so only if he is sure he does not have to keep this promise. The awakened should be the last ones to have to make this sacrifice without their consent. Moreover, if the child's parents are unable to protect its soul, they should not have brought it into the world. Our children do not need baptism.
I have made my decision. We do not need the sacrament of baptism. Borberat's doctrine of free choice should not be restricted.
So be it. May the faithful follow the wisdom of your counsel.
The second seal is broken.
You refer to my promise? Yes. There is a way to save the man whom you call father, and it will cost you nothing.
Earlier, this favor still had a price.
Correct, but he will pay it himself. That is just after all he has done, but that is a matter between him and me. Meanwhile, break the next seal. Then you shall learn more.
The seal. What about the keystone to the left seal?
The seal deals with marriage in Borberadianism.
What do I have to do to get to the keystone? Get married?
A door in the arcade leads you to the room of gathering. There you will find a stone pillar, which will present you with a puzzle about this issue.
And where are the deadly traps you...
Hail the first paladin! He will renew the world!
Sapereode. Thus spoke the Master. Consequendo luctam, qui occultu tenis di nobis nobit, ad enis acusci quem labore restium, qui aut etor elis, qui officid itibus, qui dolupti dolorerio sinis.
We will prevail, and the winner is always right.
Vex Maxima. I have never had a role model that shone.
Looks like I have to rearrange the sentences correctly. Looks like... Nothing. Looks like I have to rearrange the sentences correctly. Nothing. Looks like I have to rearrange the sentences correctly. that do it?
You broke the seal. Very well, Awakened. Decide for the new Church of Borbarad. Should the Church have a marriage ritual? Should two faithful be allowed to enter a lifelong bond out of love? They would find themselves in eternal struggle with one another. But maybe this struggle and their love could make them better students of the Master's word.
Marriage is a structure that cannot last. No couple will maintain the struggle forever. They'll get used to one another and resign themselves a little more each day. Then only their inertia and fear of losing common property will still hold them together. If not, then their marriage will break down. The temptations are too great. Love is nothing but a mask for desire. In addition, only cowards will marry, the ones willing to put up with whatever they could get in money and sex. The sacrament of marriage is contrary to Borbarad's doctrine of freedom and the will to power. Therefore, we do not need it.
Love is just as powerful as magic because it strengthens our will. It brings two people to live together in eternal struggle while at the same time offering the greatest fulfillment. Both spouses are equal, their spiritual abilities will grow together. And equality is the essence of Borbarad's promise. Every human a mage. Through the children that arise from these relationships will the Church flourish. That is why we need the sacrament of marriage.
I have made my decision. All Baradians should be able to marry. Love is to have its place in a new church.
So be it. May the faithful follow the wisdom of your counsel.
Chiron, my people have found the man who raised us. We know now in which torture chamber Azaril holds him captive.
You can't beat good people. Maybe I underestimated your rebels.
What is yours is also mine, beloved, and his rescue will make you happy. Let's get going. Or do you have any more questions first?
A torture chamber in a monastery. Now that is unusual.
This isn't a monastery in which people only eat, sleep, and pray. Here, men and women search for truth and freedom. Both are paid for in blood. What did you expect?
Forget it. What father must have endured?
Let's hope that they only questioned him.
If there's anything Azrael wants to know about father, then at best it's how much pain he can endure.
It must be something personal. Segal has hinted that. But we had best ask him ourselves. My people will distract Azrael's guards in the Western Arcade. In the meantime, you take the Eastern Corridor. Got it?
Got it. We'll get father out of there.
When you find him, give him this potion. If he was tortured, it'll relieve his pain.
Here goes. Let's break father's chains.
Only practice makes perfect.
Father, your eye!
I have another one. Same as with my leg. I heard you fighting and casting spells. You've really practiced since my last lesson. Chiron, I'm glad you're the one who came to get me.
Father, it's nice to see you again.
What do you want? To show your generosity and welcome me as one of your religious warriors?
We offer you our help, old man. Take it or leave it.
She showed me, Calandra. You have become Sigal's daughter. Your gift makes you Azaril's creature, and a tool of the demon.
You've changed, Calandra. You want the truth? This is it.
What do you two know about truth? I won't stand for this any longer! Chiron, bring this old fool to our camp! Maybe there he'll listen to reason!
Take this for the pain.
Thank you, my son.
What did Azaril want from you? Did she take your eye just for revenge?
First, she said I should see clearly. She described to me how greedily Calandra had absorbed her lessons, and how she began to accept Sigal as her father. Then she said that all knowledge has its price, and that the price must be commensurate. Then she took my eye.
So much vengefulness after all these years.
There's one thing I never told you. I was too ashamed. Azaril and I were once lovers.
What?
I left the clover for her, my friends Fergalosh and Perel. Even back then, she worshipped Borberat. I didn't care. I loved her. But she never really opened up to me. She always backed away at the last second. I thought she was playing with me, that she wanted to challenge me. But with every step that I followed her, she withdrew from me still further. Before my love, she fled ever deeper into Borberadianism. Finally, she used Sigal to get rid of me. Maybe she thought she had no choice.
Did she take Sigal as her lover?
Worse. She used the ritual in which your gifts were created. She had us take part in a great competition whose prize she kept secret. She said it was to find out who amongst us was the best. I thought it was for her love. But when Sigal and I finally faced one another, she revealed the truth. The final battle between him and me never took place.
And instead?
7 children from 7 virgins. Someone had to sire them. Sigal and I obeyed. It was only later I realized that she had thereby rejected me once and for all. That realization led me to steal you. And now, she has taken her revenge for it. Chiron, get me out of here. I can't go on any longer.
Don't worry, Father. Let's hurry.
Only
And? Is the traitor now free?
Azaril has taken one of his eyes. What did you have to do with that?
I have not spoken to Azrael since the revolution began. And even if I had done so, the price is a matter between me and the traitor. But take heart. 3 seals are waiting for you. Confession, initiation, flesh and blood. Which would you like to learn something about?
Just tell me what I should expect.
Death to the High Prophetess! Burn her body!
Only practice... Meet me when the time has come, Awakened.
We'll show that self-proclaimed High Prophetess just who the Church really belongs to.
Only practice makes... You succeeded! Excellent! Take this as a compensation for your trouble. You succeeded! Excellent! Take this as a compensation for your trouble. You succeeded! Excellent! Take this as a compensation for your trouble.
Decide for the new Church of Borebrad. Those who follow the Master with great devotion often face difficult decisions as to right and wrong. In these decisions, the Master's followers are always alone. They cannot take anyone into their confidence. For to show weakness in front of others easily leads to ruin amongst the true believers. A secret confession could be of much help, but is a sacrament that requires so much trust really suitable for the new Church?
A true believer knows that ultimately all people strive for power. No confessor would be an exception to that rule. It would be against the Master's will for confessors to gather knowledge about others' weaknesses and not use it for their own purposes. Confession would make the believers weak because they would wallow in their weakness and sink into perpetual musing. True Borberadian performs deeds or fails, but both are done with pride. There is no trial, and there is no blame. Therefore we do not need the sacrament of confession.
It is much to expect when we say that every Borberadian draws up all their moral rules on their oath, an ideal that especially overwhelms the inexperienced. They will always carry with them the remains of foreign morality which interferes with their studies. A confessor could free their minds of this obstacle. Everyone has moments of weakness. It is reasonable to anticipate that and to create a safe place for these moments. That will make the faithful even stronger outside that place. That is why we need the sacrament of confession.
I have made my decision. Even a Borberadian must be able to show things. Confession is a useful sacrament.
So be it. May the faithful follow the wisdom of your counsel. You broke the seal. Very well, Awakened. Decide for the new Church of Koveras. The Master teaches us that the struggle for the greatest power is everlasting, and his most teachable students are also the most determined. What happens when a student has become powerful enough to defeat his instructor? Will he not use this as the first opportunity to gain respect in the Fellowship? The instructor will not give up his power over the student, but it is up to him to introduce the student into the Fellowship of Believers as a full member. For impatient students, it is natural to want to prove themselves to the teacher. Often, the result is a duel in which one of the two finds death. A symbolic sacrament of initiation could be of help, should it be introduced.
How many arrogant students would senselessly lose their lives in that struggle? How many teachers would expose themselves to that risk at all? It would weaken the Church if one were not allowed to show their overcoming of their instructor in some manner. Years of training would become pointless. In addition, with this sacrament, instructors would be tempted to keep their students ignorant for as long as possible, to keep their power from growing. That is why a symbolic initiation is necessary. It will give the initiates confidence and bind them more closely to the Fellowship.
Respect is earned through deeds alone. Admission as a full member of the Church must be fought for, and not given away. An instructor must be smart enough to get rid of his student at the right time, and to influence him in such a way that he does not want revenge, should he be more powerful. Symbolic initiation would mean the teacher and student both will fail, and are allowed to do so. But still, if the instructor did not have the fear of the student's vengeance, he could do what he wanted with them. That is why we do not need a sacrament of initiation. A commitment to the Master's teachings is enough.
I have made my decision. We need no initiation. A good teacher will provide his students an opportunity to prove themselves. And we have no need of bad teachers.
So be it. May the faithful follow the wisdom of your counsel. Very well, Awakened. Decide for the new Church of Borbarad. The grapes of the Black Vine are very powerful. They induce a trance, which expands awareness and can help in magic rituals. It was created by Belgara, the archdemon of black, rotten lust. The wine draws its power from the vitality of the people caught in its vines. In this respect, it resembles the Master's teachings. As does the wine, the faithful use the power inherent in life force to cast spells. Is the wine suitable as a symbol of the rituals of the new church? Should it become an integral part, and perhaps even replace blood sacrifice?
Only rarely will the believer's own blood suffice to cast powerful magic. Sooner or later, he will turn to the blood of his fellow men. But who can maintain their balance in the rush of power? How many sacrifices are enough? 100? 1,000? Black vine is an apt symbol, and it grows wherever it is planted. It would be unwise to make enemies through sacrifices when there is a substitute for their blood. Moreover, what is the life of a person stupid enough to let themselves be captured by a vine-edged wolf? The Master himself employed the demon's useful powers for his own purposes. Why not this plant? It is right to use black vine for the rituals.
Blood is the essence of magic, as taught by the Master. Black vine is not. Replacing blood with wine would indeed save sacrifices, but the obligation to do so would also limit the rituals of the faithful. First, often enough do the Master students work their magic with their own blood. Second, the archdemonic effects could cloud the clear spirit the Master deemed a virtue. And third, great deeds also require great sacrifices. If it is a good and noble thing, then it is worth every human life the faithful transform into essence. The faithful are accustomed to bearing responsibility. They answer to no one, and they are clever enough to find the right measure when choosing their victims. That is why black vine should not be part of the sacraments, and it should certainly not replace blood sacrifice.
I have made my decision. Black vine is a useful plant. It is to be used in the rituals of the new church.
So be it. May the faithful follow the wisdom of your counsel.
Chiron, good thing I found you. Azrael is attacking again, more violently than ever before.
She's retaliating for Father's liberation.
Whatever the reason, we don't have time. We have to defend the camp. My people are badly injured. A scout reported that Azrael will send new troops this way. Troops she rose magically. But the scout died before he could describe them. I'll pull my people together on the other side of the camp. Maybe we can hold the eastern gate this way.
Hasn't Azrael already lost enough power?
She is weakened, but so are we. It's as if she has to prove something to herself.
Maybe to you or Father.
Stop that crap.
Things must be busy if you left the camp to fetch me.
She has enough creatures and cultists to storm the gates of Warwick itself.
She means business. So I will expect these new troops here. Alone.
I don't want to abandon you, but I can split up my troops. And if there's anyone who has a chance to defend the Western Gate, then it's you. Please, Chiron. You are our last hope.
If you want me dead, just say it.
You mean I'm going to let others do the dirty work for me? Surrender to the force of the gift, but without fighting against you? No, Chiron. My love is stronger. Take my 2 bodyguards. They shall help you in this battle. We will defend the Eastern Gate without them. Somehow.
Here we go.
We held them off. Thank you, Chiron. 1,000 thanks. So many dead. But they bought us some time.
They knew the risk, and they died for a good cause.
Thank you for standing by me. I wish it were easier for us. But that's immaterial. The survivors have little hope of defending our camp. Or storming Azrael's camp. Do you realize what that means, Chiron?
It's not the first time we've stood with our backs to the wall. We'll figure something out. There's a card we haven't played yet. Segal.
You think his knowledge could save us?
I will go see him. He will help us.
Good. Go see him. Azrael herself guards the very last seal in the monastery's inner sanctum. Even my gift cannot get us there. The only way in is by force. The camp will remain a safe haven for you. In the meantime, I'll pull everyone together who can still stand. But when we fight this battle, it will be the most violent of them all.
Only practice.
Segal, we need your help. Azrael has overrun the rebels. A counterattack would shatter the survivors. We'll never get the 7th seal.
You need an army. A mighty army, right?
It is your fight too. Now finally do something.
It is good. I want to help you. But I'll have to demand something of you first.
Is that really necessary? Can't it wait?
My wish is to be allowed to be your father. You know that I won't refuse any request you make. But I'm impatient. I want a sign of your favor. The more pressing your time is, the more valuable the boon I ask. And the quicker you do what I want, the quicker you owe me nothing, if that is what you wish.
That is just sick.
As sick as love always is. A leader needs to learn that, and it makes me proud to see how quickly you learn. Still, I want this favor. Then you shall have your army.
Fine. What should I do?
You will get me some demonic acid. It is in the crypt under the Master's statue.
And I won't find out why I'm doing this until later.
Accept this uncertainty, or the certainty that Azrael will destroy you.
I've got what you wanted.
Excellent. Now for the second part of your task.
Second part? That wasn't part of the deal.
Does that surprise you, Chiron? He is a Borberadian. It is his duty to betray you.
I heard that you came back after all these years. Your screams of pain still sound the same as ever.
You stole my daughter, and now you want to play my son off against me.
She is my daughter. You are the kidnapper.
I wanted to save her soul, and now she's only here because you are forcing her.
She chose me, voluntarily, because I didn't patronize her and lie to her for her whole life. Because I love her for what she really is, and what she will become. Her and Chiron.
You're fighting over Calandra while her camp may be overrun at any moment. Segal, I got you the acid, now finally tell me how I can raise the Akaz.
2 tasks. That is my condition. Not the least because I helped you to free this traitor.
You?
I distracted Azarel's attention. I thereby determined the time for the rescue. And the price? After all, I had to offer Azarel's people something so that they would tell me where they had imprisoned the traitor. Gold and power did not interest them, and betraying Calandra was not an option. I offered them an idea which had to fascinate Azarel, that perhaps it was the traitor's eyesight which prevented him from seeing his mistake. Once you broke your promise, for which I was disfigured. But now we're even. And Chiron agreed. Right, Chiron?
Chiron, is that true?
He said he would find you at any cost. I did not want it to end this way.
How? How could you let it happen? How could you do that to your father?
Father, I'm not responsible for what other people decide.
Do you still want to be my son? Chiron, do you want that?
I think he will do anything to save Calandra. For that he needs an army. The army of the Akaz. The statues which stand in Calandra's camp. I can tell you how to raise them. I want nothing in return. Just a gesture. Just a small gesture. A symbol. Near the pavilion you will find the room where your siblings grew up. The acid you now have is very potent. A few drops are sufficient to turn the incubators, from which the awakened were cut during their birth, to black mud. That will be a sign to me of which side you are on. The fact that you recognize your true destiny.
You want to awaken the Akaz, those mindless fighting machines. I was there myself when Azarel did that once.
Then tell me how to do it, Father.
That I cannot do, not anymore. I must be sure of you. Segal demands a symbol. I demand one too. In the rooms, you will find frescoes showing the 7 awakened in their eternal struggle. Use the acid to destroy them. That's the least I can ask of the man who wants to be my son.
So you demand a second round in the battle for fatherhood? You fool. This is not about sympathy. This is about truth. Chiron will make the right decision for his destiny.
I'll see you later.
Azarel's schemes around conception and birth of the 7 awakened were impenetrable. Chiron knew he would never be sure which of the two men was his real father. The decision had to be made. He must either choose the man who had brought him up severely, who had protected and lied to him for years, or would he choose Sigal, who studied Zolgarov's gifts to Chiron and knew his potential? Chiron had made his decision. The acid was flowing, and whatever it touched was reduced to debris and steaming mud. I knew what you would decide.
Without the things you taught me, I would not be standing here today.
Then let us awaken this army together. This crystal can free them from their stone prison. Some splinters are missing. Azaril's cultists carry them with them.
So I get the splinters from the cultists and insert them there.
Good, my son. I'll wait here.
See you later.
Take care of yourself. And Calandra. my staff focus my mind and lift my knowledge. Deus Humanis, guard me in the forbidden knowledge. Let my strength grow.
I see you've decided for your father, for our past, and for me. We've waited long enough, Chiron. The night before the final battle will be ours. Come.
Kalandra, that's your gift speaking. I want you, but all I would get would be your gift.
We are one. It helps me when I'm shy. And I don't want to be shy any longer.
Kalandra, wake up!
Chiron? What was that?
It's over, Kalandra. We were stronger than the gift.
Chiron, it's destroying our love. It has to stop. It just has to stop.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll put an end to it.
Chiron had long wondered how that which began with a gentle kiss would end. Countless nights had he longed for this moment, and for Kalandra. Their hearts trembled, and their bodies, which had craved closeness and tenderness for so very long, pressed together greedily. But they knew that Zul'Goroth's gift had changed them, and that the demonic passion could destroy their love at any time. Though Azrael might command their souls, their hearts belonged to them alone. And they would give them only when the last battle had been fought, when the awakened struggle had come to an end.
The splinters, do you have them?
Yes. An army of lizards. Once the crystal is whole again, they will overrun Azrael's people.
Good. I knew I could count on you.
At your service, noble lady. With joy, I remain forever your knight in shining armor.
A fool is what you are, and a damned handsome one at that.
Enough play. We still have one last battle ahead of us.
We've resisted the gift together, and together we will achieve everything we want. Azrael will fall, and we will prevail.
And so their words awaken stone to life. The bard should have a story to tell. I'll put the crystal back together.
Take this. It will protect you in battle.
Thank you, milady commander.
And Chiron?
Yes?
I love you. Never forget that.
the summoning mistress. We will hold him off.
I underestimated you. Well then.
You fools! What have you done?
Silence, Azrael! Your days of seducing people are over!
You are defeated, Azrael! My people are already deciphering your secret of the Pact, and the power you wanted to use to make us your tools. That power will now bring freedom to the world!
Kalandra, please listen to me one last time. The seals are broken. You have unleashed Sul'Garoth's power!
Shut up, demon whore! No one believes your lies now. The era of the High Prophetess has ended. The new church will lead the world into a shining new future.
Kalandra, what's going on here?
This battle cost us much, yet my troops are far from exhausted. The portal will take me into Moloch Mountain, the place of our awakening. From there shall the storm defeat the storm.
Girl, that is madness! You do not know what you're doing!
I am the greatest opener of portals, Portifex Maxima! The next portal will deliver my army to the continent. From Razazor's golden throne will I set the demons on one another, until not a single one wanders the face of Aventuria!
Kalandra, you are not yourself.
Minions of the Heptarch, servants of the 12 gods, hirelings of some prince. Countless names for those who are able to hunt and enslave us far too long. But with the seals did that bondage also break. Chiron, let us break the chains of tyranny. We are the power and the will to return the people to their freedom. We are Borberadians.
Borberad's minions have caused this mess. I will not be a part of it.
You had the sacred task of breaking the seals. We wanted to establish the new church together.
What you are planning is madness. Not even you can control the demon hordes you want to call.
Whose side are you on?
Kalandra, I will follow you anywhere, but not into this war.
Whoever is not with me is against me. You pass judgment on Azaril. I expect you in Moloch Mountain.
Foolish child! She could have been the first paladin.
I found her once. I will find her again.
Perhaps. And you may also be able to convince Kalandra that her little plan is doomed to fail. But that won't stop Zul'Goroth. He has already used you and me. Now it's Kalandra's turn.
What is that supposed to mean?
Do you really think I wanted to control the first paladin purely out of lust for power? Do you think me that stupid? The paladin was supposed to be a symbol for the church, young and powerful. Kalandra is a prime example of just where that mixture leads. I granted Zul'Goroth much power in our sphere. My bond with the Awakened prevented the demons from controlling them. You destroyed that protection. It won't be any harmless Heshtutin that come through that portal. It will be Zul'Goroth himself. So, kill me if you must. But know, with me dies the only ally you have left against him.
Zul'Goroth is not the only one you underestimated.
All those fine words could not save her.
I like her best as quiet as she is now.
The seventh seal was the seal of the anointing of the new ruler. You have endowed us with a catechism. What is to be done with it?
Burn the book and leave its words in these halls. This church is not my church. I was never the right one to decide over your faith.
So shall it be.
I have something to do now. Kalandra's waiting for me.
Once Zul'Goroth has come through the portal, only the first paladin can send him back. The paladin's power can destroy the portal, but for that all the gifts must be united.
Then Zul'Goroth shall fall through his gift to me.
With the seals broken, there is no need to kill. You can now take Kalandra's gift, or give her your own.
The paladin will arise, and he will be free. That was my contract with the demon.
And he will honor it, word for word. You can save Aventuria and one of your souls. One. Good luck, Chiron. You're going to need it.
Azaril cost me more than my eye, but you stayed with me. That's more than I could ever ask for. You have defeated the enemy who destroyed my life. Azaril is dead. She will never hurt us again. I'm very proud of you. And I'm even more proud of you for resisting the Borberadians' lies. Most important of all, you're alive. We're both alive. We can save Calandra. We shouldn't lose any time. It's a long way to Warunk. Should we get going?
Let's go, Father.
And so Chiron left the monastery, his victory over Azaril complete. First did the demon Zul'Goroth turn her own pact against her, and then did she prove to be no match for those she had used as tools. Without the new doctrine conceived by Chiron during his visions in the monastery, the Church would slowly but surely lose its remaining believers. Azaril's death was not to have been the final step. Chiron now had a new enemy. An enemy that knew how to use Calandra's ambition and her gift to open a gate into the realm of men. Chiron returned to Moloch Mountain in the company of the man he considered his father. Here the lovers would meet again. Here the final decision about Borberad's paladin would be made. When I first came to Warunk, I thought we could lead a peaceful life here, a house, a respectable trade.
The houses are burning, and I guess most of those respectable tradesmen have fallen.
Calandra has already opened her gate. Azaril was right. She can't control the demons.
The gift has gone to her head. Zul'Goroth has been directing her will since Azaril lost control over the gifts. I'll go to her. If we're going to have any chance against the demon, then only the two of us together.
You're right. Zul'Goroth could step into our world at any moment. Here, take this. We once wore it to protect us from demon claws.
Segal and you.
Yes. I'd lend you my weapon arm if I could, but I know my limits.
Just wait here, and keep yourself hidden. We'll stop the demon.
you're not dead yet. Superb. I thought all that research to be in vain.
Research?
Based on the results of my previous analyses of your magic powers, I made a somewhat more intense study of Borberadianism. Summoning of the entity Zul'Goroth in the Prios Temple. Influences of Alhanian banishment artifacts. Very interesting. I am sure that my conclusions would make your jaw drop in amazement. In all modesty, of course.
You analyze me again, Magus.
Most certainly. Filled with the fury of the researcher and legitimized by the merciless authority of science.
You have too much time, Magus. Were you locked up again?
Perhaps. But perhaps you can set aside your egocentric reservations for a moment. I mean, if you are interested in the relationships in magical theory, which could explain the appearance of a previously rarely known archdemonic entity, or prevent...
What makes you think that?
Hyper-quantitative accumulation of demonic entities, Nodex-oriented localization. It doesn't take a genius to draw conclusions.
How hard is it to close a Limbus gate?
It depends on the size. These things can grow once they are open, and if an entity worthy of being taken seriously wants to pass through it, they'll do all they can to keep the corresponding gate open. Only a different, equally powerful being would be able to counter that, and since the probability of such an intervention closely approaches 0, you will have to focus on the Limbus gate itself. Massive discharge of temporal impensation, or as it is commonly called, Druid's Revenge. Conclusion, interspherical collapse of extraordinary dimension.
What?
Gather all of the power you can find, all of your spell power, vitality, strength of spirit. Concentrate all of that on the Limbus gate. And then...
What exactly is a Limbus gate?
According to the theory behind the sphere model, the universe consists of 7 spheres, shells, nested one inside the other and enclosing one another. Our sphere is referred to as the 3rd. Then come the realm of the dead in the 4th, the so-called citadel of the gods in the 5th, and the star wall in the 6th sphere. The 7th sphere is attributed to infinite chaos and is considered the birthplace of the demonic entities. Limbus gates break through these shells. They permit travel through the interstices, the limbus. And if one were to open such a conduit to the 7th sphere without something on the order of a demigod waiting at this end to oppose the new arrivals, then one will learn the hard way why these Limbus gates are also called Gates of Horror.
Zul'Goroth, the creator of the demonic gifts, helped me. Of his own free will.
He was probably following an entirely different goal than he made you believe. Consider, if demons plan, then they probably do so for the very long term, from an eternal point of view. A single human lifespan is not a period worth mentioning.
With his help, the first paladin can arise, without the last of the awakened and I being forced to kill one another. He will release one of our souls.
A small price to pay for giving him access to our sphere, and in your place, I would not be too sure that you will survive the whole thing. If there is still one last awakened, they will hardly give up the immense power that the gift, or better said, the demon, provides them. Whose will is that strong? That would have to be true love. And honestly, do you consider that a sufficiently reliable factor?
You know of the merging of the demonic gifts?
The first paladin. It's a shame that you, of all people, have been chosen. You've been such an interesting case study.
Perhaps you can continue to study me. The Awakened no longer need to kill one another.
You really believe that it will be that easy? That the paladin will arise, and that which rumbles over there will withdraw in fear? I have never come across any demon worth mentioning that would have allowed a once-promised soul to escape.
You mean someone will have to sacrifice himself?
I'm afraid so. The fundamental irony of vulgar Borberadian preaching rhetoric. From the seven grows the paladin. His first great feat, he eliminates himself. Fabric for an ancient tragedy, if you ask me. But forget about that.
I have to go now.
As you wish. I wish you success, Chiron. Kick that impertinent astral parasite's arse.
Chiron, the traitor. I knew you'd come. The trap has sprung. Calandra will be pleased.
Anyone who opposes me is Calandra's enemy as well.
She ordered us to keep the pyramid free of all distractions while she opens the Limbus Gate. All distractions.
You don't have a chance, Aegis. And you're too narrow-minded to realize that my decision was right.
You killed the High Prophetess and put Calandra on her throne. You decided by the beliefs and souls of thousands, and suddenly you don't want to have anything to do with it anymore?
I can free you of all those troublesome worries. Let's get started.
Welcome, mortal. Welcome to the Limbus.
Let her go. Kalunder's soul was never part of our deal.
Silence, mortal. I gifted you richly for your services. We are even. The girl fulfills the destiny I gave her when she was born. Borberite, or whomever she has thrown it away on, may have her soul. But your purpose is already fulfilled. I shall pass through her gate into the next era, and your world will accompany me.
He is weakened. Quick! We must close the gate.
All right, I'll take your gift. Hold still.
Calandra, wait.
It's all my fault. I let myself be seduced. Don't stop me from making amends.
You want to be the first paladin? Sacrifice yourself to throw Zul'Goroth back.
Chiron, I know you don't want me to sacrifice myself. You love me.
It's true, I love you. I could not bear to lose you. And I know you feel the same way.
However this may end, Chiron, thank you. But today I know that neither gods nor demons can separate us, no matter if they surround us or seduce our minds.
It's time for a decision. I will take your gift, and you will live on.
You really want to give me this greatest of all gifts?
We don't know what will happen when the first paladin arises. Maybe I'll survive. We've had a lot of bad luck up till now. Time to change that.
You... Oh, you're a fool. Farewell, Chiron. I will always love you. Always.
back to